Up here, my dudes.
Why did they look like they're up to something?
Hey, Jacob.
What? No, dude, please, don't.
Go long.
Oh, Nick! Boom. Oh, there it is.
Oh, man, good save.
Freak.
Ooh, I wish I had some singles.
Freaks. I'm surrounded by freaks.
Oh, hello. The Americans have arrived. They want back into the old interactive movie shenanigans. This is our turf now, guys. Get away with it. Oh my god, it's former WCW World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette.
Put the keys in my pocket, came in the office.
Is he all right?
Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, look, it's nice you've got a celeb and everything, but oh shit, it's Ted Raimi who's the brother of that guy whose movies I'm supposed to love, otherwise I'm not a proper fan of cult horror.
Hi, officer. How are you doing this evening?
Are either of you injured?
Really, we're fine. We're just a little shaken up.
But still, given all that, British games are, oh Jesus, it's Lance Henriksen from all the Aliens films. It's Justice Smith from Detective Pikachu.
Searching far and wide, teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
It's Ariel Winter from that sitcom everyone else says is funny, but I don't see it.
No offense, you're just a lot older than you look on your website.
Oh.
Did you even have SATs when you were in high school, or Asian kids?
Oh, no. But there were other things I worried about. Spanish Inquisition, sailing off the edge of the world, learning how to understand fire.
Sorry.
It's Halston Sage from the Orville that was actually surprisingly really good. You should watch it if you liked old Star Trek.
There is a young officer under my command who I have noticed also has no mate. If you wish, I will order him to mate with you.
Wow, that is the sweetest and most totally wrong thing anyone has ever said to me.
I have no reason to doubt his seed is fertile.
Okay.
You get the point, folks. The Americans can bring the star power to a project. They can get you to just be amazed that all these famous people are not just inside your telly, but inside your game console. You can control what the famous people do, and that's absolutely how this game was marketed. The Quarry is a different kind of interactive movie because it doesn't actually use FMV. It's a kind of interactive movie that couldn't have existed back in the day because it was the realistic visuals that sold the concept. But now CGI has become so impressive that you can see virtual recreations of all these stars that are barely discernible from the real thing. And that means you can have them do all kinds of amazing and expensive looking stuff without needing an enormous production budget to do it. The game follows on from the success of a number of these titles in recent years, from Until Dawn, that kicked it all off, right through the Dark Pictures anthology games like Man of Medan and House of Ashes. They're all schlock horror films at heart, from slasher to psychological, but the hook is that you play as a bunch of different characters and the decisions you make impact who lives or dies, and in what ways they die. While Until Dawn had Hayden Panettiere as a headliner, and some of these other ones have had some recognisable actors involved, it does feel like the Quarry really pushed the boat out to fill its roster with massive stars as the main selling point. And it worked on me. I wanted to see how it played out.
What's up, DJ Dylan?
Any chance I could get a little charge? I want to have some tunes for the road.
No can do.
Come on, that's like super unchill.
Hey, dude, I'm like the chillest flippin' bro in the whole world, man.
Now, I will say I've not played any of these other interactive dramas, as they're referred to, so I might not be best placed to judge it. But it seems to me like these games are still suffering from the same issues FMV games have had forever. Namely that the illusion of choice is just that, an illusion. There are a lot of choices to make here, both in and out of dialogue. There are a dizzying array of options ranging from who you choose to partner with, or whether you take a particular item, open a particular door, and these instances pop up frequently through the 6 or 7 hour runtime. It's not just an interactive movie, to be fair. There are some bits where you walk around looking for clues to solve the overarching mystery, and these are important because getting all the clues affects which ending you get. After all, when the cops show up and see a bunch of dead kids, you're going to need some pretty compelling evidence that some werewolves and a dead lady did it all.
The Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
The who of the what's it where now? What's the Hag of Hackett's Quarry?
You don't know about the Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
If I did, would I be asking, dumbass?
Tell her about the Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
I don't think she wants to know about the Hag of Hackett's Quarry.
Can we just please stop saying the Hag of Hackett's Quarry?
You also have to do the QTEs, as per usual, and occasionally have to aim and shoot a gun. Or perhaps more importantly, not shoot a gun. Another critical choice, but done under extreme pressure. In addition to this, there are a bunch of tarot cards scattered around the explorable environment to collect, and these allow you to see tiny glimpses of future scenes when you visit the fortune teller. These aren't ever enough to give you a proper hint about what to do in that future scenario, they just heighten the sense of tension around choosing to act or not, which I quite liked.
There's more I can show you, if you like.
Small choices are presented as having world-changing significance, and you do feel the pressure of that, and all that contributes to a good sense of tension, but you eventually start seeing through the facade. Characters you save still mostly drop out of the story into the background, meaning that saving them doesn't really affect the narrative in any significant way. This is especially true in the game's finale, when you essentially entirely focus on the final girl, regardless of what you've done up to that point. And there's only a cursory text summary of what happened to each character at the end, rather than any kind of satisfying scene with the characters coming to terms with the outcomes of your choices. I know that might sound a bit greedy, but ultimately it leaves you with a pretty shallow, haunted house or ghost train experience that delivers some thrills and, let's face it, some absolutely knockout visuals. I mean, the thing is a real showcase of what these modern machines can do. But ultimately the interactive element feels gimmicky and almost entirely unnecessary while you're watching a fun teen horror movie. I recommend it if that's all you're after, because I think it's one of the more appealing examples, but don't expect too much satisfaction from a gaming perspective.